Hello, welcome. This is the reading for Libra for 2022. What do I have to say? I actually just started recording your video and then I had to stop because I had a little bit of a cough that I had to do. Like I ate a Cliff Bar and then there's a little piece of something that got stuck in my throat. And I had to restart your reading. So that's maybe significant. I'm going to take that as a restart. 2022, Libra, this is for you. I think I was about to do a particular reading, and I wonder if maybe there's something that feels like it's inevitable, and I feel like you're getting another chance to do things in a way, like just basically to do things in the way that you want to do them. As I'm looking here, I'm seeing that there's something with the computer battery. It's acting strange. Let's see what we get for you. Knight of Swords. I feel like this is something that's got to happen really quickly. Like if you want to change the course of things right now, I feel like you're going to be having to do that right away. There's something for you to do. You probably know what I'm talking about. If I just mention a few things, that's what I feel like in this card. Still got a little bit of the... I'm going to redo. Give me a redo. Can I just have a redo? Sure, you can have one right now, and you better go now or else the opportunity's going to be gone. Four of Swords. It's like, well, somebody's like away. Well, somebody's away. So this is like immediate 2022. Could be right now. Four of Discs. There's four. There's something that's distracted. There's an energy that's distracted, and you're going to be able to make a quick kind of, your fortune. This is like you changing your fate. This is interesting. Very Libra energy, you know? Very respectful, I guess, of fate. What's meant to be will be at the same time. There's a whole bunch of ways to interpret what's meant to be. What's meant to be tends to be kind of general energy, and it's about what you do with it. So I feel like we could be talking about a transit that starts for you very soon into the new year, and that you can harness that to do something, because there's something else that's sleeping, you know? Like, so what did we say? Venus in retrograde right now, right at the beginning of the year. Started at the end of the 2021, so that might be something. And if you find this reading later than that, I think it's until January 18th or something, it's kind of speaking to you having the ability to kind of take advantage this year of things in your own way, like kind of when it's like when nobody's watching. So that's interesting. Let me just grab a couple more cards about it to see what we get. Well, nobody's watching. Again, Eight of Swords. This is very, very much exactly that. The Death card, make big change. You can change things where nobody can see. Ooh, Libra. You can change things where nobody can see. What happens to you when nobody's watching? Six of Cups. So Six of Cups has come up a few times in other readings. It kind of seems to be a common thread that's going on. So you might want to check out a few of the other readings. One of the ones like nostalgia. We're all being asked to take a look at the Taurus reading. I think anybody who like resonates with some earth energy, I think everybody's got a little bit of earth energy somewhere. Take a look at the Taurus reading. That one's kind of for everybody. There's also something about the Leo reading that's for everybody, so you might want to take a look at that. Here I've got Six of Cups, which is basically this kind of nostalgia, or kind of doing things as you used to do them. Going back and taking a look at what it is you're going for. What are you after? If you're looking to do something that nobody can see, it's almost like traveling around in time. So there's a little bit about that energy that that visited in the Virgo reading as well. Let me just kind of Ten of Cups. I think you have a memory of being very happy with a person or a family or a group. A memory of contributing to something. So Six of Cups kind of speaks of the past, or maybe even like when you were a kid. And at this point in time, it's almost like nobody's watching. What were you able to do when you were younger, when nobody was watching? But it was almost like there are a few people maybe that you don't see anymore from the past, or who are busy, who are, kind of like they're resting. And then there's maybe 3 people here that you don't see anymore. In a way that you used to in the past. And like kind of going after that, looking, maybe this is something about looking to astrology, maybe to see why it is that like some people fade away or go, like kind of like, why do we lose touch with old friends kind of energy. So this is kind of maybe the way the year starts out. There's something about immediate change. There's a way that you're changing things. I'm wondering if you're changing the way that you see astrology. There's no accidents, I think, in all the ways that I do readings. Like, and just so you know, right now, there's like some people on Discord who are like watching these readings in real time as I'm recording them. So we're just talking about Abraham Hicks and, manifest your own reality stuff. This is kind of like, are you focused on, and we're kind of talking about this one video, are you focused on, what are you focused on? Are you focused on changing other people, or are you focused on changing something in yourself? I think that's the theme for you, is kind of shifting. Maybe before you used to focus on other people, like you might have, pardon me, this might be a bit pointy, but you might have like a memory or a history of offering things to people in order to make them happy. You might be a people pleaser type person. And you might be changing that up this year. There might be something for you about looking to astrology, because you may have looked to astrology before, and it's like changing the way you see fate, or like what you're here to do. That you might have used, it could be the fact that it could be that you used to maybe look at other people's astrology charts, and it's more focusing on your own chart, if that... And that's just an example. This could be like, mostly like you could have been faced with a situation where you didn't have a choice. And this could be a choice, a conscious choice. The Knight of Swords is somebody who's choosing something, and they're choosing to do it right away, right now. No better time than now. King of Discs. And the Hanged One. I see. There's one person in particular, I feel like, who represents someone. We've been getting the Hanged Man, the Hanged One, basically all night long. There's like probably the last 3, so Virgo, Leo, Cancer, I think all have Hanged One in it. It's interesting. It comes across as like the energy of embarrassment or shame, and that's on your part. And I feel like there's one person in particular who really does a number on you in this way, kind of like that's your pattern of hanging yourself up in that that pattern with And it's kind of like that's how you used to be able to make them happy before. This kind of seems a bit off. Anyway, 2022. What are we doing? Why are we getting this reading like this? King of Wands. Look at all these kings surrounding you. And the Magician right here. This looks like a lot of pressure. I see you under a lot of pressure and you wanting to change that fact. It's almost like this Knight of Swords is coming along to cut this Hanged One down from the tree. Like this hanging there in shame, like suspended between all of these different people and all of their expectations of you. It seems like this year is going to be a year of kind of cutting loose from that. You know, there's one person, so there's one person in particular who kind of represents, maybe just physically you might recognize, right? Solid. Hey, you know, this person, this could be like a parental figure or something like that. Somebody who really does represent that, like, almost direct, you should be ashamed of yourself kind of talk. Whereas there's somebody here who is kind of like, are you doing the right thing? And that there's guilt almost in like always being asked or questioned, are you doing the right thing? And then there's somebody here. They're pointing over there. What are you pointing at? Seven of Wands. You know, I was just like you when I was younger. You know that talk? I was just like you when I was younger. And it's kind of taking that authority of like, I made you. Therefore, this really speaks to like parents or like family. This I said family or group. And it could even be friends, you know. Like sometimes friends can get to be this way as well. Like some friends can kind of like take... I'm kind of getting this impression. Now, Libra energy I never take as like somebody who like would kind of lay down and take it from anybody at the same time. I feel like maybe this is one of those scenarios that's built up over time. So you might resonate with this less about, you know, new people you meet and more about, it almost feels like it's isolated to one environment. That it wouldn't happen at work and it wouldn't happen at school, but where it happens, I keep getting the home. And part of me, if this is any kind of bit, if it's a bit triggering or something, yeah. And see, like this joy card is just flopping around like as if your joy belongs to all these different people. Like that there's people who feel like they own you, or you might have that feeling that there's like all these people that you have to please with your joy. So unless you're happy, these people won't be happy. There's something like that you used to offer that to people. You might be somebody who's kind of like a bright, kind of shining light for everybody in your family, for example. 2022 is about making a quick decision to remove yourself from that position. Well, this is intense. Oh, Dirk's here. There you are. Where have you been? Four of Cups. Look at this. We got a little, I can't remember which reading it is. We got one about, you know, somebody saying no. And I do that sometimes with this guy right here. I've been working on saying no to Dirk. It's so hard to say no to Dirk because he's just so fuzzy and he just wants a hug. But he often distracts me from doing readings, right? And so I'm going to say, I know, Dirk, but you're going to get down, okay? Thank you. Thanks for the visit. He's just looking at me like with his sad eyes, right? So that maybe is the exactly how it goes down. It's nothing malicious. It's just more, it's the boundaries reading. I can't remember which one got it. I feel like it might even be Aries. The first one we did was about boundaries. So what I see here for Cups, it doesn't look like a too nice of an experience at first to say no to people that you're used to saying yes to. And I see that this year coming up for you is going to be something about navigating that and changing that situation, where it's not so much that you're changing, you know, the change isn't that you now say no when you used to say yes. It's the change is changing the way you feel about when you say no. Like, I think in the past, it was this idea here that you would be sad if you said no. And then there might even be somebody like you would say no, and then you would feel bad for saying no, and then there'd be this like, come on, you're saying no? Like, I'm trying so hard, like, you know, just this once, you know? And there'd be somebody maybe guilting you over here. This almost looks like a sibling. Like, I've got a whole family dynamic going on over here. Like, or if it's like a friend who's like, and they kind of maybe have this like wounded way of, maybe like, it hurts when you say no, and I don't know if they say that out loud directly like that, but I do get something about it. And why are we getting this reading now, you know? Four of Wands right here. This is interesting, right? Because there's way more people in this Ten of Cups card than there are in this Four of Wands, and it's kind of, these are two very similar cards. And I'm just going to say they represent happiness in general. Whoever this person is, they're like, it could be like an older sibling, and I'm seeing something of like a logic going on here. It's like they were happy before. They had to figure out how to be happy before you came along. And then you came along and all of a sudden you become the person who has to make everybody happy. Isn't that strange? Like, if you have parents and they were like, well, I don't know, 25 years old when you were born, for example, that might be relevant for somebody. If they were 25 years old, they had 25 years of finding their own happiness. And then you come along and all of a sudden you have to be their happiness. Like, it doesn't quite add up that you have to do this. Like, they know how to. Why are they needing that from you, I guess, is kind of up to them. I don't think we need to read about that. But what I'm reading about is, yeah, it's a real struggle. I can see that it's a real struggle. Like, it would be something to kind of like carry the weight of this entire structure. It looks to me like you might be somebody who you meet a lot of resistance, which is strange, you know? But it's like when you meet a lot of resistance when you say no. So if that's going on, there's this Queen of Discs here. There's somebody who's here to help you out this year, called the Queen of Discs. Somebody who's actually here, who's been through it, who's done it, who knows what's going on. Nine of Discs. They know how to become independent. I'm actually seeing kind of like this might be my cue to kind of, hi Dirk, thanks so much for the visit. And thank you for getting down. Good boy. I'm seeing this kind of like somebody who knows how to guide you through. I'm almost getting this idea that if this is something that you've had for your whole forever, I feel like tarot is going to fall short. That this might be 2022 might be the year where you kind of like seek some counsel or advice from somebody, like a professional of some sort, of how to, somebody who went through it, somebody who knows, or somebody who's educated in the matter, like officially qualified to kind of guide you through it. Dirk, thank you for getting down. He just keeps on coming back, and he's just as cute as ever every time he comes up here. But I've got to say no to him, you know? Otherwise, we're never going to get these zodiac readings done. Yep, that's what I feel that this reading is about. Justice. It's time for you to take that. Okay, Dirk, that's about it. I'm going to put you in jail next time, okay, Dirk? Jail, jail, jail. He knows the word jail now. You can only say so much to the poor little guy. It's time for you to, this is justice. This is you. This is the Libra card. This is you to take ownership of your own kind of situation, and you're going to make it move in your favor this year. I feel like there is something here to be said for if this is resonating very, very hard, like really accurately, that like everybody in your family seems to depend on you, and it's a big, big struggle to say no to people in your family. That would be something that it seems like you will benefit quite a bit from, some kind of like official or, you know, counsel from somebody who's been there at the very least. If not a professional or something to help guide you through. And independent. It's kind of like they're outside of your family. It's like if you get advice from inside your family, they're going to have their ulterior motives, you know? They're going to be wanting you to do this whole thing here of everybody wanting you to do things and people feeling like they own you. It's time for you to own yourself this year. 2022 is about that. And you're going to realize that that's actually going to attract some pretty wonderful things to you this year. I'm using like the whole deck. Love. That attracts love. So I see love coming to you. I've got 6 here for Lover's card. So I would say like maybe halfway through the year. We got another reading like this where the year was kind of divided into 2. And so I feel like for the first half of the year, there's going to be this kind of like really breaking free from these expectations that people have that you are there for their pleasing or something, and really owning into your own, doing yourself the justice of seeking some kind of support or counsel for that's independent of the family. That's pretty much all I've got for you for 2022 right now. This is very, of course, general and short reading. I really like this energy. It looks wonderful. This first half seems like it might be a bit of a challenge at first, but one thing I can say from my experience is that engaging this kind of thing, this kind of work, it gets better and better and better and better. And I think by the time July rolls around, summer, just perfect time. You might want to listen to the Leo reading as well. There's a little hint of this in there when it comes to friendships and things. And I feel like you're going to be attracting basically exactly the things towards yourself that you're expecting for yourself. And you're going to be attracting people who expect the same kind of things for themselves as well. I hope you have a lovely year. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.